The Functional Independence Measure, FIM Scale, is used to measure functional skills such as dressing, bathing, and eating. A score of 1 means total assistance, in which the client puts forth less than 25% of the effort necessary to do a task. A score of 2 means maximal assistance, in which the client puts forth less than 50% of the effort necessary to do a task, but at least 25%. If someone gets a score of 1 or 2 on the FIM scale, he or she is classified as having complete dependence, because the client puts forth less than half the energy, requires maximal or total assistance, or the activity is not performed at all. A score of 3 on the FIM scale means moderate assistance, in which the client puts forth between 50% and 74% of the effort necessary to do a task, and requires no more than helping or touching. A score of 4 means minimal contact assistance, in which the client puts forth 75% or more of the effort necessary to do a task, and requires no more help than touching. A score of 5 means supervision or setup, in which the person only needs someone to stand by and cue or coax him or her without physical contact, so that he or she can do a task. A score of 5 can also be obtained if a client needs items or assistive devices set up for them. If a client scores 3, 4, or 5 on the FIM scale, he or she is classified as having modified dependence, meaning the client can at least put forth half or more of the energy to complete the task. A score of 6 on the FIM scale means modified independence, in which no helper is needed, but the client still needs an assistive device. A score of 6 can also be obtained when no help is needed, but the person takes more than a reasonable amount of time to do a task, or may complete the task in an unsafe manner. A score of 7 means total independence, in which no helper is needed and the person performs the task safely, within a reasonable amount of time, and without assistive devices or aids. If a client scores 6 or 7 on the FIM scale, he or she is classified as being independent because another person is not needed to complete the activity.